Kobeni Higashiyama is the laughingstock and a huge meme in Chainsaw Man because of, well, her infamous dance situation. But in reality, Kobeni is best girl, fight me. Jokes aside, it's actually her car. Kobeni is the Asian family child that always gets the short end of the stick.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
The very definition of no matter what or how good you do, it will never be good enough for your parents. To make matters worse, Tatsuki Fujimoto, the author of the Chainsaw Man Manga, doesn't make this any easier for her because she always gets put in the worst situations possible and comes out alive only to start anticipating the next upcoming moment of her potential death. But it does annoy me when people say she adds nothing to the story. It's true, Kobeni is pretty much a comedy relief tragic character, but there are moments that really make her shine, specifically when Kishibe, Denji, and Kobeni are on the run from Makima. Something that Denji needed to learn as someone who didn't grow up with a family, that no matter how much we have, we will always want more. There's no such thing as a life free of bad things, except in your dreams. And you can see just how much that just clicked with Denji. And here we get a full-blown 2-page full art panel, which is probably one of my favorite panels in Chainsaw Man. Denji's realization, Kobeni's sorrow, the contrast in the background. Fujimoto is just amazing when it comes to portraying raw emotions. There was no other person other than Kobeni to show Denji this, because she seemed to have everything from Denji's perspective earlier, when really her life was just as horrible to her, to the point she's literally relieved to be on the run from her own parents and family. And a lot of the abuse and shitty family situations were subtly hinted at in the entirety of Chainsaw Man. Take for instance, they forced her to choose between selling her own body or working as a devil hunter, a job with a high fatality rate, just so she could pay for her own brother's college tuition and for probably the entire family's spending, even though her dream was to go to college herself. This was genuinely painful to read and so easy to miss with everything that goes on in Chainsaw Man. And when we get introduced to Kobeni's car, we find out that they make her drive the entire family around in her car because apparently none of her 9 siblings or her parents can drive. Her non-work clothes are hand-me-downs from her sister, implying that she sends most of her money back, so she can't buy a lot of her own stuff, or not even enough to develop her own fashion sense. Kobeni mentions to the violence fiend that her parents got her ice cream only once in her childhood for her birthday, meaning in all her birthdays I doubt she even got a cake or anything, which by the way made a scene of this tragic girl eating ice cream such a fulfilling moment. Look at that smile. When you try to imagine Kobeni, I'm gonna bet you Denji's previously missing nut that you pictured her nervous, scared, or crying. It's so hard to picture Kobeni smiling, and that's what Fujimoto is so great at. He's able to make these contrasts to add more meaning to the character. Kobeni is a completely capable person that can support herself, but is trapped in the cage of her family emotionally, which is funny because she ends up working at a fast food chain called Family Burger, and she absolutely hates the job, and to be honest, sucks at it. I think it's just easy to say that she survives everything because of her secret devil contract. That might be true, but I think it undermines just how much of a survivalist Kobeni is. I honestly think she's ridiculously powerful and has an insane amount of self-doubt, especially when you grow up your entire life being undermined and sidelined by your very own family. But you can see when she's pushed to the edge, something snaps in her, and she's skilled when it comes to agility and fighting, at a surprising non-human level at that too. Makes me think she might have some personality disorder because even during the date with Bushita or Chainsaw Man, after she was done dancing, she just seemed to completely forget why she was dancing in the first place. But during dancing, she seemed to be in a trance and seemed happy to some extent to receive perfect. And when you have a shitty childhood, it's not that far off to actually develop a personality disorder. And regarding Kobeni's devil, there's just one thing that nags me, and it's the fact that Makima clearly states that the hero of hell comes to the rescue of devils when they call for him. But why is it that the Chainsaw Man responded to Kobeni saying save me if she is human? Or the question is she actually a human? It might play into why she keeps her contract a secret. Better yet, it could be a horseman situation. But yeah, what did you guys think? If you enjoyed this little video about Kobeni, best girl, leave a like and a subscribe and let me know your thoughts, and yeah, that's about it. Peace.